Hey, welcome back. It's Jamie Knox with The Burning Sage, and today we're doing an actual yoga class, a whole yoga class. So it's going to be broken up into two 15-minute segments. So let's get started. We have Nicky back here. Hi, Nicky. Raise your hand. She is going to be leading the more supported poses. So if you have any injuries or if you're just starting out, have some inflexibility things going on, you're welcome to follow her. Mitzi in the middle, hey Mitzi, is going to be doing the poses as I instruct them. And so I guess, level 1-ish or level 2-ish poses. And then Taylor on the end is going to be taking them up a notch. Yeah, so follow whomever you like, mix and match it. It's your smorgasbord of yoga. Okay, so let's get started with some centering. So find yourself in a lifted seat. So Nicky has her hips really high up, which is great because you want your knees lower than your hips. Mitzi's ankles are next to each other, which is just one version that's really supportive and helps get your knees down. And Taylor is making her way into lotus by sitting in half lotus. So we'll start there with some centering. Make sure your hips are higher than your knees, and we'll get going. So feel yourself rooted down here. So notice the heaviness in your body, in your lower half, and root it down. Begin to close your eyes and notice your breathing. Without judging it or trying to change it, just be aware of how the breath moves in your body. Begin to notice the way the air feels on your skin, on your face, top of your head, bottoms of your feet. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Bring your hands to your heart center, palm to palm. Press the thumbs into the sternum and the sternum back into the thumbs. This is always a good time in yoga practice to set an intention for your practice. If you'd like to do so, please keep it in the positive and the present, such as I am joy. Take a moment to think of any intention you'd like to have for your practice today. And then bow your head. Release your hands and gently open your eyes. Extend your legs out in front of you. And put your feet on the ground with your knees bent. And begin to windshield wiper your hips from side to side. Now recross your legs, but do the opposite cross that you did before. So it may take a moment to figure out what that was. And you can take the meat of your legs and your buttocks and send them to the back a little bit, so you're sitting a little bit taller if you'd like. Reach your fingers alongside your hips, really root them down into the ground, roll the shoulders away from the ears. As you inhale, your arms come up towards the sky. As you exhale, you're going to turn towards the right, bringing your arms down. Moving with your breath through center on the inhale, arms come up. And exhale over to the left. 2 more times each side. Last one. Moving back through center now. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Make your way to hands and knees. Feel free to take a blanket and place it under your knees. So Nicky is removing her bolster from her mat because she no longer needs it. The foundation for this pose should have your hands underneath your shoulders. Unless you have any wrist issues, you can send your hands a little bit closer to the front of your mat and turn your hands out a little bit more to protect your wrist. As you inhale, begin to send your tailbone towards the sky, lift the chest, and lift the chin. As you exhale, send the navel towards the spine, round the back, and drop the head. Each inhale, let the tailbone start the motion, sending it up, sending the chest up, sending the head up. Each exhale, the navel starts the motion. Send it towards the spine, round the back, and drop the head. Keep moving with your breath here for 3 more. At any point, if your wrists are bothering you, go ahead and sit back on your knees and roll out your wrist. And we'll meet you there in just a moment. After you've completed your final one, sit back on your knees and roll out your wrist. Make your way back to hands and knees. Take your big toes together and your knees wide and sit your hips back for child's pose. As we've talked about in my other videos, child's pose is something you can come to if you want to take a break in your yoga class. If you just enjoy being in it, you just want to relax, move to child's pose. It's a great restorative posture. Using the strength of your arms, pull yourself back up to hands and knees. Find your foundation, excellent ladies, and send your right leg behind you. So left leg, ladies, good. So Nicky's going to keep her toes on the ground, and Mitzi and Taylor are going to lift their leg. Taylor is going to take it up a notch by extending her opposite arm out in front of her. Working with balance here, using your breath, breathing. And it's okay to come in and out of balance. That's life, right? On your next inhale, lift the leg a little bit higher, point the toe, and on the exhale, flex the foot, bend the knee, and bring it into your nose. Nicky is going to work lifting her leg up and down here. So each inhale, you're extending your chest forward. You're extending your leg back. Each exhale, you're rounding back down. Taylor's working, extending her arms, and Nicky is lifting her leg up and down, working with strength and balance. Two more of these, moving with your breath. Last one. And on the final one, extend everything out and hold. So Taylor's going to find her balance again, so is Mitzi, and Nicky's going to leave her foot on the ground. Come back to hands and knees. Sit back on your hips, or on your heels rather, and then roll out your wrist. And we'll switch sides. So using the opposite side here, come back to hands and knees. And extend the left leg behind you, so right leg, ladies. We're going to do the same thing. So here, work with your foundation as you move through these poses. So the hands are gripping the mat, the navel's moving towards the spine. At the same time, the heart is melting towards the mat. Begin to move dynamically, moving your knee towards the nose, and Nicky's going to lift her leg and lower. Excellent breathing, ladies. So I'm hearing them do Ujjayi breathing, which we've talked about in on this channel as well. So feel free to incorporate your Ujjayi breathing if you've been practicing it. Constricting that throat so you have an ocean-like sound to your breath that'll make your breath stronger and longer. Calm your nervous system. Get that good, healthy prana, that life force moving through your body. 2 more of these. Last one. And extend everything out. Place everything back down. And let's find child's pose one more time. Send the hips back. So in child's pose, it's a great idea if you can get your head to a block or to the ground to have the third eye chakra, that place that's right between your eyebrows and a little bit above, connecting to the ground. So that stimulates your intuitive mind that we all had the answers already within us. And you can work that by moving your head from side to side, really getting into that spot, activating that intuition. We're going to make our way through standing through a little bit of a downward facing dog or puppy pose. So come back to hands and knees. So Mitzi and Taylor are going to find downward facing dog here. They're going to lift their chest and then move back to downward facing dog. So it is not a push-up. Your knees are bent a lot. Your hips are really up towards the sky. Nicky is going to find puppy pose with her forearms on the ground and her hips lifted. Good. And release your head here, Nicky. Good. On your next inhale, ladies, come down to hands and knees or to plank. Taylor's going to move to plank. And Nicky is going to sit back in a child's pose once they go back to downward facing dog. So move back to down dog, ladies. Good. So you're moving from downward dog to either tabletop or plank, or you're moving from puppy pose to child's pose, like Nicky. And we're going to do one more. So lifting the chest, lifting the chin here, tucking the toes, down dog or child. If you're in downward facing dog, look between your hands and make your way to your hands. If you are in puppy pose, begin to walk your fingers back, coming into a low squat. So coming onto your toes. Good, and your squat. Everyone is going to lift halfway up. So Nicky will just straighten our legs and come halfway up. Your hands can come to your thighs or they can come to your shins. And then exhale, fold down. And everyone will lift their arms out to the side to come all the way up to standing with a flat back, tucking your tailbone as you come up. So stay standing, ladies. Everyone will come together with their hands at their heart center. And this completes video 1. We'll see you for video 2. Namaste.